What if I told you that it's possible for you to move from feeling inadequate as a coach or a consultant to being confident about sharing your services online and actually converting clients? What if I told you it was possible to move from the dread of comparison and feeling like I'm not a good expert to feeling I can help you and competently sharing your expertise with people and converting them as clients? What if I told you it was possible for you to do that in just one day? Yes, that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And if you're just meeting me, this is Olu Sobanjo with the Story Sellers Consulting, and where we help you create awesome videos that grab the attention of your ideal audience, build trust with them, and sell more of your products with ease without losing your cool, without losing your sanity. I want to share with you my own personal story on how I went from feeling inadequate to being confident. I'm sharing this with you today because I believe that it's going to revolutionize how you do things and how you think about yourself. Because my aim and my desire for you for this year is that you have that dream income, what you've seen in your vision as your income for this many years. This is the year you get to actually achieve those dreams. Online entrepreneurship is a thing that can actually bring back some of the old thoughts that you had about yourself. Usually, what this turns to is you are looking at yourself and you're looking at what you're able to provide as your service to your audience, and you start to compare yourself with other people in your field. You start to compare yourself, you start to wonder if you're good enough, if people can actually buy from you. And usually you wake up in the morning and you're filled with dread and anxiety, wondering what kind of result you're able to produce for yourself and for anyone. Because if you're not getting the clients coming in back to back, you start to doubt yourself. So you wake up, you go on social media, you check all the groups and all these places, and each post that you see sends nerves to your system, and you start to feel like, I'm not even sure I can match up with these people. Because you start to see their posts and you see some celebratory posts that people put online. They talk about, oh my God, I just signed my first 100K this month and da 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 da. And then you look at it and you're like, I don't know if I should be happy for this person or I should feel jealous of this person. And most of the times you're actually jealous. You feel like, why is this not happening to me? All right. You compare your own accomplishments with this and you start to feel like it's not working for you. Okay. And each time you do this, your self-esteem or your self-confidence starts to go down. And then sometimes you say, you know what, I'm going to attend some of these people's webinars. So you go for these webinars, you sign up for them. And by the time you get in there, again, you start to compare yourself with the person that's talking. You start to compare yourself with people that are talking in the chat. And you feel like, you know what, I don't match up. I don't think I'm going to be able to sustain this thing that I'm hoping to achieve in my business. And then you start to lose your courage and fear builds up. You start to use other people as your standard and you start to lose confidence. So usually this is what it looks like. You go into those webinars, they tell you what you need to do. Then you come back feeling overwhelmed because you feel like in order for me to get clients, I need to look like that person that I just attended their webinar. And so you start to create new landing pages and new products and new lead magnets. But then as you're doing it, you don't complete them. You don't complete any of this task, then sometimes we think maybe I should hire someone to do this because, oh my God, Canva is so hard to do, or any of the tech is so hard to do. And so you hire people, you bring them on, you spend money, you do all these things, but still, the things are produced, but you're not even confident enough to share with another person because you feel it doesn't look like. And imposter syndrome becomes a big thing. By the end of the day, you feel exhausted. You feel like I've tried so much today, but I really can't see exactly what it is that I have been able to achieve today. Now, if you're here and you have a coaching or a consulting business and you charge $1,000 or more for your product, I'm sharing this with you because I want you to know that I totally get it. All the things that I've mentioned earlier about feeling inadequate, that was me. And if this is you right now, I want you to know that you can actually transform from feeling inadequate to feeling confident. And you can move from scrolling through other people's success posts to sharing your own posts with confidence. You can move from negative self-talk that doesn't even allow you to show up on camera, that doesn't allow you to share your expertise with people that really need it. you can move from that. You can move to being the coach or consultant that is helping people and that your clients are extremely excited to work with. Like as soon as they get on your call, each of you on the Go Live every day challenge, I see the big difference between day 1 video and day 4 video, day 1 and day 7 video. I'm like, what? Night and day, because now they have the materials, they have the tools, they have the step-by-steps to move and make them look really good in their videos. And every single time I work with my clients, even my clients in my Get Clients with Video program, the transformation that happens. Now, this is exactly what is possible for you. When you, as the expert, show up and get rid of or deal with or learn to manage your feelings around being inadequate, because the truth is that there's always going to be somebody better than you. And until you accept that, you're going to continue to hide. So I told you I was going to tell you about my feeling of inadequate. Here's how it happened. If you've ever created a challenge before, a free challenge that you put up, and the way this works is you help people for free, pretty much like me teaching here for free and helping you with different tools and mindsets and different strategies that you can use here with your videos. So I had created this challenge. It was a 5-day challenge, and that's so important because in order to set up a challenge, you need to have some kind of sign up place where people are going to put in their name and email address and connect and say, I'm going to be engaging. So I created my landing page and I'd learned how to use WordPress and all these tools at the time. And so I had a handful of people sign up for that challenge. I think there must have been at least 5. So I was on this mission trip to Nigeria, and so I was still running my business over there. And so people joined from different places, and I will go live on Zoom. I had PowerPoint presentation that I had designed for each day, topics and everything. It takes a lot to do these challenges. And at the time, I'd even paid for a coach to work with me to do this. Usually the way the challenge works is when you're done with your challenge, then you invite people that are on the challenge to sign up for the next level of work with you. And so for those of you that you're either just beginning your journey or you want more clients for that $1,000 program or more, you can use the challenge. However, I would suggest that you use live videos instead, okay? Because it's much easier to maintain than the amount of work that you're going to do if you're doing a challenge. So by the end of day 5, I was all energy. And when you're in a challenge, you're all energy. Hello, everyone. Da, 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 da. And so it is exhausting. Okay, because especially if you're not that kind of a person, if you're not high energy kind of person, okay, I can be high energy if I want to be. So on my challenge, I was high energy and I was doing all that. But by the end of the challenge, I was like, yes, we're at the end. Now I can't wait. I'm doing all this and hoping that at least 2 people out of these 5 people are going to sign up and they're going to join my program. So at the time I was selling my program for $2,500 for a one-on-one time with me. And at this particular point, I wanted to transition from doing one-on-one to doing group coaching. So I offered my product, the same program, but for more than one person in the group. And it was going to be $1,250. Okay, so see how I slashed it in half. And instead of paying me $2,500 for VIP, you pay me $1,250, and it's going to be more than one person in class. So I was hoping that I would be able to get maybe at least 2 people for that program so that it would be worth almost the same as getting 1 client. So I did that and I offered the product at the end. Guess what happened? Zero. And the funny thing is that people know that you're going to sell something. Okay. So on the last day, people strategically would not show up on the last day. I think there was one person that was there. And the person that was there was like, oh, this sounds really exciting, this program. I would love to do it. But I'm sorry, I can't do it right now. I can't even afford it. And sent out an email to everybody else. Crickets. Nobody was interested. They enjoyed up until day 4 or day 5. And they really got the experience, got the training, got so much from it. But it was just not the right fit for them at the time. I felt really deflated. In short, I remember feeling, this is it. I don't believe in any of these strategies. The coaches does come and give you all these fancy ideas that you should do, and it doesn't convert into anything. And I went on and on and on and on and on in my head about how yeah, it makes sense. They can't buy from me because I'm not as good. They would rather go buy from this other person. And if you've ever felt like this is what I call the feeling of inadequacy as a result of the kind of results that you're getting. But I remember going back to my coach, and I remember even being in class, and some of the people in class were already getting some good results, and I didn't see as much results. And my coach was like, "So, how was your challenge?" And I was like, I feel like I should just shout and do all the complaints and all right now, and I'm mad at you. Okay, it was obvious to her that I was mad, and I felt like she was part of the reason why I didn't get anyway blaming and all, right? So I told her I felt humiliated. I'm not going to do a challenge anymore, blah blah blah. And I can never forget what my coach told me that day. And this is how I moved from feeling inadequate to feeling confident. She said to me, she said, "Olu, you know what happens to us as coaches or as entrepreneurs? You get out there and you start to compare your step number 7 with someone else's step number 5,798. Let that sink in. And when you look at yourself, you see, oh, I'm so not good enough. But then you see them and they are so good. And what that usually turns to is that you start to expect that the kind of result they're getting on their own 5,798 step is what you are going to get on your step number 7. And she said, isn't that very weird? And the moment I heard that, I felt, oh, this is so true. How many challenges have I done? At the time, I'm sure this must have been either number 3 challenge that I was doing. I was just like, how did I not think of this? And I want you to begin to look at it for yourself as well, that once you begin to compare yourself, the problem that you're creating in your own mind and in your own mind space and in your reality is your expectations are not correct. You can't expect to get the same results that somebody is getting in their own 5,000 step on your 7th step. No, it's not going to work like that. You need to master, you need to get better. And so if you're on day number 1 of your Go Live Everyday Challenge, don't expect that it's going to be fantastic. No, it's expected to not be fantastic. If you're on day number 5, if you're on day number 20, don't expect it to be. I've done videos since 2012, and this is me. I'm a professional photographer for many years, at least 25 years now. So don't expect that you're going to have the exact kind of result. Obviously, I'm sharing here with you so that you can fast forward your process, but still you need to go through your own journey and your own growth. And so for me, the conclusion that I made from that meeting, because I said, I'm not going to do it again. I used to go live every week at that time. And after finishing my day number 5, I was just like, because I was supposed to go live the next day, I'm like, I'm not going to go live because nothing came out from all the energy that I did, you know? And then my coach was like, get back on there and continue your growth. And I was like, you're right. I'm going to do it. And that's what I did. The next day, I went live and I shared something else. In short, I still have that video because that video is an important video in my business. I shared that video. And as soon as I shared that video, as of just before I went live, I did the math. And I said, I did my program before I did the challenge was $2,500. To work with me for VIP one-on-one at the time was $2,500. I said to myself, I'm moving my price up because now I've learned, I've grown, and I've gotten results for my clients. I'm going to sell my program now at, listen, $4,500. Okay. The offer that I had yesterday expired at midnight. And because I didn't get anybody to sign up for that, I already moved my price now. So I went live and I shared something, whatever I shared. And I think I even shared the exact same thing that my coach had told me about and what I was learning from the process and all of that. Anyway, I shared it. And one person reached out after watching that video and they bought my $4,500 program. Now, that experience, I'm sure you're wondering, oh my, I was going to just a few days ago. This person would have got my program for $1,250. And if they were the only one that bought the program, they would have got the same service for $1,250, but they didn't see that, okay? And that had expired. They came in and they paid, I gave them a discount for paying in full. So they paid in full and they paid $4,000. And then I worked with them for the length of the time that I work with people at the time. Now, tell me in the chat what that would have felt like for you. What that would have felt like for you. Now, for me, I still got my results. In short, better than what I expected. I was expecting that I was going to get at least 2 people to come in at 12.50 so that it'd be worth my time. And I got one person. It's easier to serve one person for the service that I was providing. It was the best experience for them because it's VIP and they get me to themselves. And so it was amazing. Win-win, right? For both of us. But that experience left me thinking, okay, this online world, there is so much that you can achieve. There is so much that is there. And by the end of our work together with this person, back then I used to help people create their businesses and launch it and get their first few clients. Okay. And she moved from not having a business online to having a business and using videos to get clients in her coaching business. We branded a brand new business for her. She couldn't believe that people around her would begin to see her differently at the time. It was an experience for me that just blew my mind. Imagine this happening for you. Let's assume your program is $1,000 right now, and that program can help your ideal clients get X results. Imagine that. This is the kind of confidence booster, but I would not have got it if I didn't show up on my live video that day. Because you see, things happen. It's like a snowball thing. It happens and it's going to happen if you don't stop. So how can you move from where you are right now to converting clients with ease without feeling inadequate? It is in the doing of the show ups. It is in the doing. It is in the doing. It's not in the fancy tech. Now, they help because it's good for people to see what you're doing. If you've not watched what I did on Monday, it's not on YouTube, it's in the group. And I believe I was talking about the fear of failure. There was an exercise that I left for you to do in there. If you didn't watch that, go back to that day. If you're not in the group, join the group, olusobanjo.com/community. Join the group and find the video that I did on Monday and go do the exercise. Because if you do that, it's going to move you from feeling inadequate to feeling confident on the kind of service that you provide for people. And if you're here and you want to get more from me, I would be very glad for you to join us inside the club. This club, we go live every day. You have prompts, you have materials, you have different courses in there that guides you to use videos to convert clients, okay? Use your social media. In short, turn your Facebook into your own cash injection machine, right? That's what the club is about. But the way I'd like you to start is I want you to start with going live every single day. And you have all the materials that you need. Every single day you get an instruction. I call them missions of what you're going to do for each day. So I want you to know that you can do it.